Hi, I'm Pantazi. Got a great question in by email that I'm going to address here and on the Patreon and Platinum subscriptions in more depth. I'm going to read the question. I'm not going to give you the person's name that sent it to me. It says, "Hi, we were recently discussing the lateral headaches recipe given on the website at our study group. And one of our members were concerned about the use of gallbladder 20 and discussed it with the grandmaster of our style. He's an experienced acupuncturist of 30 plus years. He also had concerns. I was just wondering if it was a safe method of relieving headaches." Now there's more, but I'll dive into that a little bit more in the Patreon and Platinum subscriptions. But let me say one thing. Now this is why I'm trying to tell people not to use the pressure points for Kyusho application and why we're trying to separate the reality from the myth. First of all, if it was dangerous to press on the gallbladder 20 for the person, okay, why would they allow someone to stick a needle in, an acupuncturist to stick a needle in, and why would they use it if it was that dangerous? All right, so again, we have to separate the reality from the mythology. Get rid of pressure points. They're not the working mechanism of Kyusho. Gallbladder 20 is not even the location that we use to relieve the lateral headache. All right, so again, there's so many myths that go around the martial arts in the Kyusho, and it was perpetuated by those people that were looking to gain a little extra information at first and then profit number two. All right, now it's a bygone issue because we've proven this time and time again on this channel that the old masters never talked about pressure points. They weren't in the Bubishi. They weren't in the scrolls of Fujita. They weren't in the notes of Ohan Soken or Gichin Funakoshi or Mabuni. All right, it is just non-existent in their languages. And some of these texts go way back. All right, now Funakoshi, Mabuni, Ohan Soken, all these notes and these compilations of Kyusho targets are relatively new. I mean, they're about 100 years old or so for the older ones. The Fujita notes, again, those scrolls go back in the schools. They list out 20 schools in their Kyusho targets. Some of those schools go back, a lot of 100 years ago. Okay, so it's not, and they didn't mention the pressure points either. So again, you've got to get your mindset off the pressure points, and you've got to get your mindset off meridians. They're just non-existent in the Kyusho realm as applied with martial art. So again, I'm going to delve into this deeper and get into the rest of this email and the rest of the question because it gets a lot more deep and a lot more serious in its involvement, and we'll get together on those two platforms to get a little bit more in-depth discussion so we don't trigger any alarms on YouTube. And again, we don't want everybody knowing this information. Some of this information was part of the Bubishi Shichen that Dr. Jacob McClintock and I went over in our earlier publication on the Platinum subscription. So again, stay tuned or check the links below and you can get that information for yourself.